David, we'll start with the FA Cup draw on Monday. Wilson at home. What were your reflections on that one?
I think if you said to me before the draw, what do you want? A home draw against a low league opposition. Gives us the best chance of getting through on paper, but it's only on paper. So, and that's what it is. So you go, well, you can't complain really. Then it's down to us to make sure we win the game. Obviously, it's a few weeks away, so we're not addressed it yet. I'm going to watch them next Wednesday. I think they've got Braintree on a Wednesday night, so me and Sean are getting the train down and getting on the underground and what have you, and getting back. But yeah, there could be far worse teams that we could have faced. There could be far better teams we could have faced as well. So yeah, we'll prepare as we always do when the game comes round, and then we'll see how we get on. 11
games in now. I think we've seen a bit of everything in terms of performance-wise. The challenge must be taking those bits of defensive solidity against Salford and the good football at times against Sheffield, for example, into Walsall and beyond.
Yeah, I think you've seen both sides of the game from us over these 11 games. And like I said, the challenge is now to make sure when we're in possession, play well, and when we're out of possession, play well. Because we've done it in both sides of the game. It tends to be all or nothing, so we play well all the game. With the ball, we play well without the ball. Now the key is to make sure that becomes both parts of the game in the game, and the circumstances and the situation demands of it. So that's the next stage of us. I think everyone can see where we're at. I don't think anyone. I'm not sure. Maybe somebody has won 4 in the last 5. I don't know, but certainly we have. So we know we are making progress on the results front, but then we have still got a long way to go on the performance front. Not just sort of getting that bit right, but also doing it better all the time. Better and better all the time. And if we do that, then we've got a great chance of continuing the form that we're in.
We've mentioned inconsistency a couple of times. Is that sort of a marker of where your team are? And you sort of expect that, really?
Yeah. We're 8th in the league. We could quite easily be 13th, 12th, which would be bang average, which would mean we, right on inconsistent. So that's where we're at. We're not getting carried away. We're not getting ahead of ourselves. We've got a real tough opponent on Saturday. And our next challenge is to beat a good team. We've beat some good teams. Bradford are a good team. We should have beat Chesterfield, but we didn't. But then when we've played good teams, Notts County, Doncaster, we've sort of let ourselves down a little bit. So the challenge is now to play well against a good team, and make no bones about it, Walsall are a good team.
You mentioned them being a good team. What have you made of their start? I suppose a bit of a continuation on last season. We saw them building into a good team.
Yeah, obviously Matt was in there before, and he's before I come here, so he's a bit further on in his development of his team and the way he wants to play, and you can see that. They are a good team. If they weren't, I wouldn't say it. So it's not like, trying to dampen expectations. I'm just being honest. They are a good team, and we've got to be right on it on Saturday to win the game. We've got a chance of winning the game. We've got a good chance of winning the game, but we've got to do certain things right, whilst also making sure we focus on how we're developing. That's the main thing. Keep focusing on us, so that whoever comes into town, they've got to worry about us, and that's the challenge. This Saturday, next Tuesday, the following Saturday, keep getting better at what we are, and if we do that, then we'll keep the good run going.
And you'll have had a week to work on that improvement, but also it must have been beneficial for some tired legs and a bit of recovery. Yeah,
look, we're 11, 12, 13 games into the season with the cup games and what have you. So it's sort of strange to talk about tired legs, but there's 1 or 2 achies, if you like, achy limbs and what have you, because of the amount of games they've played, and the lack of options that we've got. But then a week's rest is plenty for a professional footballer. So it's about, there's 1 or 2 that might need a bit longer, but they're not sort of achy legs, they're just maybe a niggle or 2. But whoever it is, whoever makes the cut on Saturday, they'll be going out there and hopefully performing like they have done in the last few games, because that's what we demand of them. And if they do that, then we've got a great chance of winning the game, whether it's Walsall or Wolves. It doesn't really matter.